Welcome back to Nexovix, and today we're diving into a topic that every aspiring developer, software engineer, or IT enthusiast needs to know. Why do developers love using Linux-based operating systems like Ubuntu? If you're prepping for a tech interview, starting a career in software development, or just curious about why Linux is such a big deal in the tech world, this video is for you. Stick around as we break down the top reasons, some might surprise you. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to Nexovix, and hit that bell icon for more tech insights. Let's get started. First off, let's talk about the fact that Linux is open source and cost-effective. Linux distributions like Ubuntu are completely free to use. No licensing fees, no hidden costs. This is a huge win for developers, especially if you're a freelancer or working on a startup budget. Plus, because it's open source, you can customize the source code to fit your needs. Want to tweak the kernel for a specific project? Go for it. This flexibility is something you just don't get with proprietary systems like Windows. Next up, the command line power. If you've ever used the Ubuntu terminal, you know how powerful it is. It's a developer's dream for scripting, automation, and handling system-level tasks. Commands like grep, awk, or syed let you manipulate files and data in ways that are way more efficient than clicking through a GUI. Compared to Windows PowerShell, the Linux terminal is often faster and more intuitive once you get the hang of it. For example, automating a deployment script or managing server logs becomes a breeze with tools like Bash. Speaking of tools, Linux natively supports a ton of development tools that are essential for modern software engineering. Whether you're into web development, DevOps, or backend programming, Ubuntu has you covered. Tools like Git for version control, Docker and Kubernetes for containerization, and languages like Python, Node.js, and Ruby are all seamlessly integrated. You don't need to jump through hoops to set up your environment. Everything just works out of the box. This makes it a go-to for developers working on everything from small scripts to large-scale cloud applications. Now let's talk about the server environment. Most web servers today run on Linux. Think Apache, Nginx, or cloud platforms like AWS and Google Cloud. Distributions like CentOS or Ubuntu Server are industry standards. Why does this matter? Because when you develop on a Linux machine, your code is more likely to be compatible with the production environment. If you code on Windows and deploy to a Linux server, you might run into compatibility issues like file path differences or missing dependencies. Developing on Linux minimizes those headaches, making your deployment process smoother. Performance is another big reason developers choose Linux. Ubuntu, for instance, is lightweight and doesn't hog system resources. Unlike Windows, which often runs heavy background processes, Linux lets you control what's running. This means faster boot times, less memory usage, and better multitasking. Perfect for developers who need to run multiple IDEs, virtual machines, or containers at once. Another awesome thing about Linux is the community support. The Linux community is massive and super active. If you run into a problem, you can find solutions on forums like Stack Overflow, Reddit, or Linux-specific communities like Ask Ubuntu. There are also tons of tutorials, documentation, and even free courses to help you learn. Customization is another area where Linux shines. Developers can tweak everything: the desktop environment, package managers, workflows, you name it. Want a minimalist setup with a desktop environment like GNOME or KDE? You've got it. Need a specific version of a library? Use a package manager like apt to install it in seconds. This level of control lets you create a development environment that's tailored to your exact needs, boosting your productivity. Let's not forget the learning curve and career benefits. Yes, Linux has a steeper learning curve than Windows, but that's a good thing. Mastering Linux teaches you how operating systems work under the hood, knowledge that makes you a better developer. Plus, many tech companies, especially in the USA, UK, and Europe, expect their developers to know Linux. In job interviews, you might get asked about your experience with Linux commands or server management. Knowing Linux can give you a serious edge in landing that dream job, especially in fields like DevOps, cloud computing, or backend development. So, there you have it. The top reasons why developers and software engineers swear by Linux-based OSes like Ubuntu. From cost savings and performance to security and customization, Linux offers everything you need to level up your development game. If you're not using Linux yet, now's the perfect time to start. Drop a comment below. Do you already use Linux, or are you thinking of making the switch? I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Nexovix, and share it with your tech friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.